great one. And it's all about recruiting versus sponsoring. So let me go ahead and get the recording going and we'll get started here. If you haven't already grabbed a notepad to take some copious notes, you're going to want to do so. All right, we got the recording on. If you want to type your name and location in the chat box, that would be amazing. Would love to know where you're joining us from around this fantastic planet. I'm Dawn Marie, the Bullioness, and this is the Advancement Navigator that has been customly built for at-cost metals and for the field, for everyone to be able to utilize it, no matter where you're located at or in the big tree or as far as what team you're on. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, what you're seeing right now, you should be seeing, oh, it's paused. Let me go ahead and do this. If you haven't already set it up, this is what you just need to do. Just go to app.advancementnavigator.com, and that's going to run you through everything you need to do to set up your free account. And we're super excited. I learned about Rapid Funnel. So Advancement Navigator is what we call a white label of Rapid Funnel. And Advancement Navigator, the name came out of helping you to advance through the ranks. And so got it built out about last December, and we have just been adding new information, new resources, monthly, sometimes weekly, with new things that are rolling out, like the launch we just recently had in October. And so we just started putting up some of the testimonials and really cool things that happen there. And we're going to show you how easy it is from the day dot to just get started, to share with your team and get them hitting the pavement running. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And we have, by the way, Rapid Funnel support here as well to answer any questions at the end. We'll do the way we typically do this is open up for training, and then we open it up for a demo, and then we go into the live. There we go. Let's get this going here. Make sure you can see it okay. We go into the live Q&A. All right, so if you can type a 1 in the chat box and let me know if you can see this screen. It says a new team member's first 90 days recruiting versus sponsoring. Type a 1 if you can see that. And let me get one more thing, guys. Really appreciate it. And we might have a cameo appearance today from Antoine. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for sharing with me. And let's get it started. Okay, so welcome to the Game Changer, the Advancement Navigator, also known as AdvNav. This little gem is here to make success for your at-cost metals business simple, right from day one. So if you're feeling like, how on earth do I start someone off right? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Now, there's a big difference between recruiting and sponsoring that we want you to know. In network marketing, some folks just say, hey, recruit thousands, thousands, and thousands. But here's the secret sauce. Recruiting is like an invite to a party. And sponsoring is making sure they actually have a good time once they're there. Think of it like this. Recruiting is a one-time event. Woohoo, they join. But sponsoring is where the real work and the magic begins. Why does this matter? Because when you help someone start right, get plugged into the app, and feel genuinely supported, it can transform your entire team. This isn't just about adding numbers, it's about building something strong together. With AdvNav and at Cost Metals, you're setting new members up with everything they need to truly succeed. And that's not just good for them, it's great for you and the long-term growth of your whole entire team. Now, in the industry, we run against many difficulties. And so the difficulty we want to talk about is what people face as they join the team. First up, it's typically the big vision struggle. A lot of folks have a tough time seeing the massive potential in this business. They're like, wait, I can really do this? So for many, this is their very first time running their own business. They've always been employees or they've owned a business before. If they did, it was probably traditional, the kind with overhead, a physical location, a huge capital investment. But in network marketing, it's totally different. No overhead, no brick and mortar headaches, and the growth potential, it's exponential. That concept can be hard to grasp at first, but trust me, it's a game changer. Next up, we have activity levels. A big issue is people not learning what they actually need to do and how much they need to do it. Success just doesn't show up. It's about knowing what actions move the needle. And let's be real, some people don't just get that. Finally, here's the fun one. Mistaking what works for what duplicates. So let's say someone joins your team with 500,000 Instagram followers. Awesome, right? Of course. But here's the thing. How they succeed might not work for the rest of us mere mortals. Just because something works for them doesn't mean it's going to duplicate across the team. That's where the magic of AdvNav comes in. It helps you focus on strategies that anyone can use, not just social media stars. Remember, it's all about what duplicates, not what dazzles. If you like so far what you're hearing, type a 1 in the chat box. So let's dive into the solutions because that's the most important. We're not here to talk about problems. So let's nail down the sponsoring versus recruiting. It's like the difference between just signing someone up and actually showing them the ropes. And guess what? AdvNav makes it super easy. You've got the getting started page, and I'm going to show all of this to you shortly. The welcome video, the full coaching section. It's like a step-by-step treasure map that shows you exactly how to help a new person hit the ground running. Think of it as a GPS for success. Now, you don't have to guess where to go. The system's already there. Now, let's get to the heart of it, their goal and why it matters. Why do people join? Is it to pay off debt, to quit their job, or maybe just have some extra money for vacation? When you know their why, you can use it to help keep them focused, especially on those tough days when Netflix sounds better than prospecting. And here's the golden rule. Show it, don't tell it. You can tell someone how to make their first 10 to 15, 20 exposures all day. But when you sit down in person or on a Zoom, even on the phone, and actually show them how to do it, like importing contacts, sending invites, it's a game changer. They don't just learn, they see the results immediately. Their confidence skyrockets when someone replies, sure, send me that info. That's what we call earning a belief check. Finally, let's talk about support and accountability. The training partner feature in the app, it's a lifesaver. You can ask your team members to add you as their training partner so you can see when they send out information. You're basically becoming their accountability buddy, helping them stay on track without being a helicopter sponsor. Remember, this isn't about signing people up. It's about being their guide, their mentor, and showing them this thing works step by step. Because if you could help them get that, and have that belief, they're going to skyrocket. The more you show them, the more they're going to grow. So we have a challenge for you. And our challenge is to help them to get started. And it starts with you. You have to do it as well. You have to start with your own goal and make sure that you're doing your reflection to know what you want for yourself. Because if you can do it, then you're going to be a great example for them. So before you can ask your new person to take action, you need to lead by example. So let's dive into your own goals. And I want you to think about this and go ahead and write them down now if they come to mind. And I'd love for you to share them in the chat. So what's your goal in the ACM business? I'll be specific, and it comes down to just 4 simple questions. How much do you want to earn every month? So go ahead and write that down. If you have an idea of what you want to earn, you can have your lofty ideal, you can have your minimum. Just what is that number? How many hours per week are you willing to dedicate to reaching that goal? How long are you committed to staying consistent with that effort? Week, months, or even more? You know, in a traditional business, it takes 2 years to get up and running. And what is it worth you to create dedicated time to work on this? Even when life gets busy, are you going to make it a priority? Once you've figured out your answers, whether your goals are big or small, write them down, look at them every day, then set a personal commitment. I'm going to do X number of exposures every day or week to make this happen. Here's the key. When you put in the work yourself, it's so much easier to teach and guide others. You can't lead if you haven't been somewhere. So challenge yourself first, and then you'll be ready to lead your team with confidence. So now let me show you the app. And if this is your first time, if you have just downloaded it, if you haven't even cracked it open, it's okay. It doesn't matter if we're on week 2 because the information is redundant. Everything that we do is going to be redundant because we know there's going to be new people starting every single week. So this is your dashboard. And when we talk about how many exposures are you going to do, that means how many links are you going to be sending out to people. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. This app is amazing. It's going to make it so simple for you. There's a difference between an exposure and an engagement. And on the dashboard here, it's going to give you everything you need. An exposure means when you send something out. So you could send out 15, 20, 50 if you wanted to. But the proof in the pudding is how many of those exposures became engagements. And an engagement is when someone receives that and they actually engage. They click on the link, they fill out the survey, they watch the video. And what's beautiful about the system, Rapid Funnel has spent over $7 million building it out. It's like one of the top systems in the industry. Patrick Shaw is our CEO, and he is amazing. And what's really interesting about this is if we can keep this as more of a warm market, this is not all about just spamming people. This is about warm market interactions or even cold market. We're going to teach you with our secrets page how you can generate leads. You can be out at the store, in line at the grocery store, and someone talking about the cost of groceries. And that's just going to lead you into, wow, you need some silver and gold. And you can just immediately just open up your app and show them your QR code. Let me show you how easy it is to do that. If you come down to resources at the bottom and click on my card, I'm just going to click it right here. It's going to open it up. You're going to see you have your own QR code. You could click on the code. Oops. Hitting all the wrong buttons. You can click on this QR code to make it bigger. Hold it up. They hold up their phone, they take a picture of it, and it's going to send them to your beautiful business card, which looks like this. Now, this is a demo account, so that's why it shows Joe Pro and someone else's photo or pick name and information, but we have pre-populated this already with 10 of our most popular resources, from the overview to a sizzle video to the comp plan to price comparisons and so much more. Testimonials, amazing. And in future weeks, we're going to talk about how you can customize that if there's something else that you really wanted. So the key here is getting those engagements, and we will track it. When you send out a link, what we call a resource, to someone individually, it's going to let you know when they clicked on it and how much they watched or how much of the form they completed. Incredible. So let's go ahead and have you learn how you can import someone from your phone, because that's the first part. Oh, let me tell you this really quickly. The first part is coming over to your more. Now, when you signed up for the app, it asks for basic information like your email, so forth. When you come to the more, if you come up to settings, this is where you can put in your @CostMetals referral code, and it integrates perfectly to the join page on @CostMetals. So you'll see, I'll show you all your landing pages, and you'll see there's a join button on all the landing pages. So as someone is going through watching this, at any point, if they decide that they want to join, they just simply can click on join now, and it's going to open it up. So let me show you. This one is super important. It's important that you complete your referral code username. You're going to click on edit here, and this username right here is I just put this in. It's not anybody's that I know of. And so we're just putting this in. It's not a link. We've already programmed that. So when you put in your referral code for @CostMetals, just put in the number or the word that you chose. That's most important. You're going to also want to go into your account settings and make sure that you have your phone number here, that your time zone is set, because the time zone is based on, if the events are based on the time zone. So if your time zone is showing Denver and you're on East Coast, then the event times are going to be off. So let's go back here. Let's assume you've went through and you've went into the profile. Now, last week we went through and we explained how you can add everything to your profile, like all of your social media links, etc. So if you missed last week, you can simply watch it under the coaching. We have everything available, and we have Funnel Friday training. All the modules here are everything you need is here, and you can go back to watch week 1 and learn anything. You could run ahead. We encourage you to come on for the live and invite your teams, because they might have questions. And remember, that's what this is all about. It's all about sponsoring someone versus recruiting. It's all about holding their hand, taking the time to do it early on, spending the time. It says, the saying is, go slow to go fast. So if you take the time early on to help someone, then they're, especially if maybe they're technically challenged, they may feel very intimidated with any kind of technology app. They don't realize how user-friendly this is. And so, forgive me, that's my dog. So let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to add someone. At the very bottom here is a plus sign with a headshot silhouette. Now you can manually type someone in if you wanted to. Like, let's say you were at the store and you struck up that conversation and you just got the person's first name. You didn't even get the person's last name. You got their phone number because they just texted you when you threw up your QR code. They sent you a text. So you have their first name and their phone number. So what's beautiful about this is you don't even need to have anything else. It's not going to force you to, let me put in a fake number, to add email or all the other information. We do highly recommend that here under notes, that is, if this is someone that you've just met when you were out and about, that you do write some notes, because you're going to forget who they are. So whatever came up in the conversation, she's wearing a yellow shirt, she has 2 children, she's married, she buys gold and silver, whatever it is, write it here. That's going to come in handy later. And then you just hit save. That would be one way that you can just add someone. The second way is to import them from your phone. And there's 2 buttons here. The top one here says import, and that's going to allow you to do it one at a time. And we encourage you to do the wizard. When you're ready to do it, that's going to have you do a minimum of 5. We want you to bring in 5 people that you know are praying for an answer. Maybe they're praying for an additional income stream, or somebody that has already done very well in network marketing, knows how to build teams, or someone that already buys gold and silver. Think of people like that. And there's such thing as a chicken list. A chicken list is people that you're afraid to reach out to. We're going to help you try to overcome that, because no is just typically no, not right now. It's just basically asking them for their feedback on something. And so it's how you phrase it. And so let me show you this, and then I'm going to show you even how we have scripts that you can use to help you get past any shyness to reaching out to someone. So let's go ahead and click this one just so that you can see. And I encourage you to add yourself. I'm going to add myself. Now, to add myself, I've already added myself in my phone as a contact. And so when I do that, it's going to bring it up. So that's the first thing. You would go into your phone and add yourself. Add your email, add your phone number. And so I can click on this and I can hit import. It's going to bring up my information. I'm going to click continue. But you can see you can add a picture and everything, and add notes. It's going to prompt you if you want to add them to an email campaign. And right now we have an email campaign that is the Precious Metals campaign. And we're not going to do this right now, because typically an email campaign is once they say no right now. The dynamic of an email campaign is that when you add them to it, it's going to generate an email that asks them to opt in. And so there's more to it. So we're going to just say, go ahead and click not right now. And also it's going to prompt you, do you want to follow up? So it's up to you, case by case. Did you just have a conversation with someone where they said, call me on Tuesday? If they said, call you on Tuesday, then schedule a follow-up. Super simple when you do it. It's just going to open up the calendar, and then it's going to remind you later. In this case, we're just going to go with not yet. And then I'm going to open up my card. This is called a contact card. And when this is opened, and when I send a resource from an open contact card or an event invite, then it's going to be trackable, and it's going to create a unique URL for them. And so just so that you know, we have fantastic overviews every Tuesday and Thursdays. And so you can always invite them. And there will be 2 coming up this upcoming week. But let me go ahead and click on this one from Tuesday. And you can just click on it and send it to them. But let me go ahead and show you, most importantly, how to send a resource. We have a huge library of resources, and I encourage you to come in here and click away. You cannot break the app. Get familiar with it. Everything is in order, but it doesn't have to go 1 to 10. But the most important thing is getting permission. And why is that number 1? Well, with all the spammers out there and with all the bots just spamming everyone left and right, mobile carriers have gotten pretty wise to it. And now they're blocking links. If you just send out a link via a text message without a previous 2-way communication where there's been something, their bots or AI, however they're scanning the information, they're seeing that you sent a question and the person responded with yes. If they don't see that, if they just see you dropping a link on them, they're going to block it. And you may not even know they block it. They're not going to send you anything to let you know. And so Rapid Funnel wants you to always have etiquette. You should never just dump links on anyone anyways. Whether you're doing it through social media, messaging, you should always ask. And so here we have great scripts. So can I send you my digital business card? Again, we don't want to be assumptive and just do it. Here's one. It pre-populates everything. So it says Bouillonist Dawn. And that's saying my name because I'm the contact. So it's going to pre-populate that with the contacts information. I've just launched an exciting new business and would love to share my digital business card. Can I send it to you in the event, or anyone you might be seeking is in what I offered? Sorry. Thanks in advance, as word of mouth referral is powerful, and I appreciate any referrals you send my way. And then it signs your name. Let's look at another one. Here's one. It says, I want to share something with you because you are one of those people I admire that is intelligent and has always been open-minded. Have a quick minute to watch a quick video. I would love to get your feedback. So let's say they say yes. So all you're going to, so you say, yes, I want to send that one. That's the one I want to send to Bob. Once you click this box here, then you're going to see 3 icons, depending on the information that you've put in their profile. If you didn't list their email, this will be grayed out. The middle one here is for texting, and the one here on the right is for copy and pasting for social media. You can modify this any way you wish. That's the beauty of it. So it's going to bring it up, and then you can say, maybe this doesn't make sense. Maybe you don't need to say their first name. Maybe you've been talking to them all day long. Maybe you had breakfast with them or lunch. So add your own particulars and then send it out. But once they give you that yes, then you can move to the next step. And once you do that, we have so many different things. Now, the secrets page is a fantastic feature. That is a pro level. And let me just touch on that really quickly as far as free, because I don't want anyone to ever feel like there's a bait and switch. This is a free app. And I love what Rapid Funnel's philosophy is on this. All the resources are free. Like everything you need to close the deal will always be free. Think of it for all those, once we go international, the third world countries, those people may not be able to afford a price tag of $24.95 every month. And so this isn't a limited time freebie. You can stay on the free for indefinite. And we believe that you will find so much value that it's going to close so many deals for you that you're going to be happy. It's going to pay for itself, the $24.95. So keep that in mind. There's going to be some features that are just going to be pro level. The secrets page is one of them. The surveys. So we're talking about recruiting versus being a recruiter versus a sponsor. We want to be a sponsor, not a recruiter. We're going to talk about the 4 questions that you're going to want to sit down with your new recruit and set the goal, the ones that you already just have done. If you ever want to know where they're at, they are under this survey on the side gig. These surveys are great for cold market. On social media, if you want to post something, you can simply post this to generate interest. So many people are interested in a side gig right now to generate additional income. And this goes through the 4 questions and more. And what happens is once they fill this out, they're going to put in their information. It's going to come to you and it's going to notify you of their answers. So when you reach out to them, you're going to be able to know exactly what they're looking for. It's going to give you more information. So this survey is really good. But again, if you're doing what I like to call a game plan strategy, when you have a new enrollment, the first 24 to 48 hours, you want to make sure you reach out to them and you set the goals. You find out what is their why. Why are they doing this? What is their goal? And get that all set up. And then we also have another survey. I won't open it right now, but this one's on gold and silver. So this is where we say on the right, you'll see a preview or open button. Just open things and go look at them. Once they give you your permission, we encourage you in most cases to just jump down to the peak. So the peak is 1 to 3 minute short videos that are like sizzle videos. That's going to just really help them get excited about what we're talking about. And we have set up a series of videos. And let me just show you what this looks like. If I click next to this one, play, this is the landing page I talked about that is going to be incorporated with your At Cost Metals join page. So we have here the video, which I'm not going to play, but this one is 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. And this one is one of my favorites. You all will have your own favorite. And each video is going to target a different demographic, And so you'll see here, there is the Learn More button and the Join button. Let me just show you that Join button, how it works. It's going to open up the At Cost Metals website. Please do it fast. Oh my goodness sakes. All right, well, let me try a different one. I don't know why it's taking so long, but under the Learn More, there is a series of 12 different resources that one could continue to click Learn More to learn more about At Cost Metals. So after the peak, we go into an overview. After the overview is the comp plan. After the comp plan, then we move into some other ones. This one is about the collector coin series. And then here we have our product pricing page. How cool is this? This is the product pricing page from At Cost Metals. The difference here is at the bottom, it's going to say join now, learn more, and it's going to have your information on it. We click learn, join now. Oh, there we go. That one worked. Join now. So as you can see here, because in our profile, it said the referral code of join, then it's going to add that there. Now, the reason I put that in is because JD had said they were going to disconnect that join one. And so that's why I use it, because no one has that. So let's go back here and show you. These are all the different peaks. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different ones. Some of them are specifically about At Cost Metals, where others are about the industry in general. Like this is a great one. Why silver will make you a millionaire. It's silver and gold experts talking about what's going on. Now, depending on if you've received permission. So what happens if you've received permission by phone? You talked to them at lunch and they said, yeah, send me the information. Here's what you're going to want to do. If you're going to send a link to them, you're still going to want to ask a question before you dump the link, because remember, the cell provider doesn't know that they just gave you permission already in person. So you're going to say something like, is this where you want me to send the link? Just some silly question like that, and let them respond back, yes. I typically still will go the extra step. After I send the link to them, I actually will say, did you get the link? And then they tell me yes or no, because there have been times that they have been blocked. And so I just want to make sure they got the link. So let me just show you something else. Under follow-up, we have so many fantastic things. So this is where you can, on social media, maybe you want to send something directly from the follow-up category, post it on your page. Like we have the kickoff event highlights. And right now we just have JD's talk and Antoine's talk. But let's say you wanted to do that. You wanted to send that. You click it. And again, you click play, you go watch it, see if it's something you like. And if it's something that knocks your socks off and you want to share it with the world, then that's perfect. And again, you're going to have different ways of doing it. When we click that text, I want you to see this is the trackable unique URL. So once you send this to someone, it's important that you don't click it yourself, because then it's going to show you under your tasks. And this is under the more. It's going to show you your tasks and notifications. If you happen to click on it, I'm going to go at the top here where it says notifications. If you happen to click on it yourself, then it's going to show it up here and it's going to say Taylor did this, but it was really you. So that's why we say, if you want to play around with this and actually see how it looks like for an email to be received or a text message to be received, then go ahead and add yourself to the system and do your testing that way. Just make sure you're not clicking on these live text messages. All right, the next thing I want to cover really quickly, we're doing good on time, is how to share the app. So again, you would go to your contact if it was connected to someone. And in this case, you're going to share the app with someone new, someone that you just enrolled. And the easiest, instead of telling them to go to app.advancement all you have to do, let's say, again, it's me. And then I'm going to click on send resources again. And this time I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom and it says share the app with new team members. And then I'm going to click the little box, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's going to take them to the website Advancement Navigator, where they have a button right there. But as they read everything that it does, here's another button right here. And remember, no credit cards required, nothing like that. They just open it up. They can use it as long as they want. They can upgrade whenever they want. If they ever want, they could downgrade after they upgrade. You know, there's no like obligations or hooks. I learned about this back in 2017, and it really helped me close a lot of my deals. I would say 80%. I was the top 2 recruiter in the company, and it helped me close it 80%. So that's why I loved it so much. And when we had the opportunity here that the field really needed this early on, we had it back in December. So this is really cool. So make sure that you get your person started. You send them this link under the share app to new member, and also set up a game plan with them. So let me open it up for any questions. I'm sure you, I showed you the digital business card. I'm just looking for everything that I'm supposed to cover this time. Now, this is a 10-week course. We have 8 weeks of training, and then we do some custom stuff. And so every week, we're just going to go into the detail on everything. Let me take this back to home. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand or type it in the chat box. And we meet every Friday for Funnel Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is being live streamed and recorded, so I'll be putting all these in the group so you can share with your team later. And we do it on Fridays because our end of the week at Ad Cost Metals is Saturday. So it's like the final push. After this, you have about 36 hours to get it done, to help your team push and close strong. Oh, this is just a leaderboard. So right now, if I click on it at the bottom here, it's just showing who is actively using the app this month. So you can see here, Gary Jordan is really going good. He's had 42 different engagements. So remember, it's not counted as an exposure. You could send out 1,000 exposures and never be put on this leaderboard. But he actually got 42 engagements. So that means people are engaging with Gary. So Gary is doing fantastic. And what's really cool about this is we have a brag button, and he could click on the brag button and it will take a snapshot of this and he could share it with this team. Really good. So we've had contests before. Whenever we have the corporate has a contest, it's added here so that everyone can see. And then in the summertime, we had one that Antoine did that was utilizing the AdvNav app and as well a combination with people with the number of sales that they've made. So it was a 1-2 combination, and they won silver with it. So really cool. So we'll probably do another one that the leaders just do, or maybe corporate will do a contest shortly. And all of this is really valuable. We're going to go through all of this later, but the statistics are important. This is just showing you your metrics and stats so that you know what you're doing and if it's working. Really good. We want to keep this number high. If it starts getting too low, then we know that everyone is not responding. And I just had a great meeting with the team at Rapid Funnel yesterday about some ideas how to just really offer some social media content, because I'm really good at that. So I'm going to start incorporating that. We got some great stuff happening, super exciting. And as well, anytime there's new information, new resources, I'm always adding them. Okay, let's see. Gail has a question. Please show where I can find the training partner function. Okay, good question. So what that is under the More button, you're going to go back to that settings. And under additional information, it says Upline Success Coach's email. And you can put it in here just by clicking edit. Now, if you're that person, if you're doing it for your team, then they would put in your email. And if you're doing it with your upline success coach, it may not be your sponsor. It may be a gold or silver above you, whichever one it is. But what's going to happen is every time someone engages, it's going to also not only send you a notification, it's also going to send them a notification. And it'll look like, hey, follow up with Gail, because Gail sent something to Bob and Bob just watched this. This works really good, like we said, as an accountability buddy. It's also really good if someone is really busy and they're not watching the app often and you're maybe more keyed into it, or someone that's not as tech savvy. So utilize it as you want, but it is great. All right, well, then we'll go ahead and finish up. We have our final challenge is, again, set your set your goals. And remember, you can go to the survey to find those 4 questions. So until next Friday, have a great weekend, finish strong, and we'll see you next week for Funnel Fridays, week 3,